I'm Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and I wanted to talk more about the previous video, which is cognitive distortions, and really how we create a compounding effect. So in my previous videos, you can go back and see that we have distressing thoughts, feelings, and behaviors then come into create this opportunity for avoidance. And when we avoid, we're doing short-term relief of the distressing feeling, long-term anxiety or distress, and then long-term growth of this low self-esteem, this low self-worth, this invalidating ourselves, this implicit invalidation of ourselves, which will cause a higher likelihood of more distressing feelings. So I wanted to talk about how does that work, and this negative cycle that I talk about, how does it compound? And how are we building these false data points? Well, when we have that distressing feeling, that can come as a cognitive distortion. And this is a really kind of outlined really well in my book, The Saying Goodbye to Bad Brain. It talks about how when we hear things, we filter it through to find the negative of what is happening. We personalize, we overgeneralize, we get into this all or nothing thinking. And when we do that, then we really are now, right? So if we have the cycle, now we're building a second cycle. We have the distressing feeling of that experience where we're trying to avoid, we're trying to get to, the short-term relief, but the long-term anxiety is happening and we're mishearing it. So as we're avoiding and we're mishearing it, and now we're starting a whole new cycle and we're compounding these negative things. And that cognitive distortion of always, never, personalization, overgeneralization is now creating a new invalid data point that we find is real and is now driving up that sense of self, that implicit low value, that I'm not really capable. It's driving that, and that's going to start another cycle at the same time and another cycle. And we keep finding that we get lost in these cycles of despair. And they grow. We start to spiral out as it grows. So false or invalid data points versus valid data points. So I have kind of a science background, so I like to talk more algorithms and data points in addition to kind of the emotion that comes in behavioral health. And so when we get into excited states, when we get into emotional states, when we are in a distressed place, we will often create invalid data points. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. I heard this. I heard that you were going to do this. I assumed that you were going to do this. These are false data points. It's our past overcoming into our present. It's overtaking our present. And so we are applying times from our past into our present and calling it a valid data point when it is not. There's no evidence to support these thoughts and feelings. This is 100% created because of our past, because we're in an emotionally reactionary state, that we are building on these false data points. And that's really how we spiral. So when we're getting really emotional, when we feel like life is really, really hard and it doesn't seem like we're going to come out of it, it's because we've spiraled in these very emotional, complicated places where we're allowing our history to prevent us from being able to live in our present. And it's capitating us from our future. And so, when we are looking at awareness, we're looking at, trying to find valid data points. What is the evidence of this? If a friend came and told me the same situation that was happening, what advice would I give them? Would I get swarmed up into this, or would I be like, well, let's think about that. Do you really think that every single time that this happens, do you really think that what's happening is is that you were being targeted and you made the one mistake and nobody else had a general mistake with it. It's looking at the bigger picture and being able to see that there is a greater effect. And the more that we see that there is a greater effect, that there is a bigger picture, the less we start to hyper focus on what is wrong and how is it going to get me. And the more that we can kind of go with the flow and allow life to happen. So I hope this helps. I'm going to be talking about the implicit and explicit memory. And then we're going to talk about avoidance, and we're going to go into some 5-letter words, which I'm really excited to talk about. So keep following. Hit the subscribe button. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. And like if you like this. It's been a pleasure, and I'm really enjoying sharing this information, and I hope you're getting the same thing out of it. Thank you.